أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين لإيلاف قريش إيلافهم رحلة الشتاء والصيف فليعبدوا رب هذا البلد الذي أطعمهم من جوع وآمنهم من خوف صدق الله العظيم. Sadaqallahu Azim. Blessed is the man that worketh not in the counsel of the heathen, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in this law I see edited sunrise and sundown. Him I go deal like a tree planted by the rivers of water that bringeth forth fruit in his season. Him leave never I go wither, and whatsoever him do shall prosper. Yea, the heathen them now there, so them deal like a chaff which the wind driveth away. Therefore the heathen them never go turn upon judgment of the sin among them in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord God Jah loveth the way of the righteous and the way of the sin among them always and always. I will perish. Let the people of the Most High God say, Jah Kadamawe Grumabe Tela Exer Tanaista Lina Bashante Shante 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 Kadamawe Grumabe Tela. This is the Black Pot aka Kukushodamo, where we speak truth to power. And my name, Black Rasta. In every traditional African home there is a black pot, and each time this black pot sits on the fire there is something sumptuous cooking. Yes, ingredients of so many different types, shapes, sizes, colors, aromas and flavors. Put aside all their differences so they can relocate into the black pot and be subjected to some amount of heating, right after which they produce that sumptuous, nutritious food that does not even benefit them. It rather benefits us the eaters. That is why in these times we are asking you to selflessly also think about the generations yet to come. Many people will not plant trees because they know they will not live long enough to benefit from the shade of the trees. But they have forgotten that the shades of the trees that they are benefiting from were planted by people who lived long before them and never even lived long enough to enjoy the shades of these trees. We must be generational thinkers. In these times, we have all got to think about our people, our continent, our land on a bigger scale. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushunamo, where we speak truth to power. And over here, we don't criticize. But if we must criticize, we will just criticize for one reason, to build and not to destroy. We are in the service of God and country. Yes, in the Black Pot, we speak nothing but the truth to the best of our ability. So help us God. This is live on Pan-African TV, Africa's only Pan-African TV. We are also live on Loud Silence TV, super live on Black Empire TV. And we are sponsored by AZET. AZET simply means in spirit and in truth. It is that new African app that is so positive that negativity has no place. Now, are you tired of social media negativity? This is the opportunity to deal with ISET, or better still, AZET. In Nigeria, they call it ISET. But all over Africa, we call it AZET, in spirit and in truth. Now, you can do social media messaging. You can also do video calls and many more, just like any of those apps do. But we have more. We don't encourage negativity. You meet people of great minds. You can interact with them. And it is crystal clear. You don't need too much data to deal with this. All you need is a clean mind and a clean spirit. You can download it from App Store and also from Google Play. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Coup, where we speak truth to power. Our numbers are also scrolling on the screen. Please pick up the numbers and talk to us. Yes, talk to us. Do business with us. Now, when you do business with us, because we are masters of Pan-Africanism, we are seen all over the world via the power of satellite. And everybody gets to see what business you're doing. We are also on YouTube. And we encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's called Blakk Empire Media. Blakk Empire Media. Click and subscribe and click to be notified so that every time we come, you would be able to see us live and clear. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Coup, and here we speak truth to power. Now, the very first story we are looking at today is rolling on your screens. Watch it. What does it say? Shameful Black Stars coup against Dede Ayew. Shameful Black Stars coup against Dede Ayew. Who is Dede Ayew? That's him, the captain of the Black Stars. Before him, there were other great captains, including his own father, Dede Ayew Pele. This is the guy who breaks his head whilst playing for the Black Stars and would only get it bandaged and get back into action. He scored a number of goals for the Black Stars. In fact, his father was also a captain of the Black Stars. For me, the best footballer we've ever had in the world, Dede Ayew Pele. When people are talking about Messi and are talking about who, I don't know them. The person I know is Dede Ayew Pele, the master dribbler, the man who had the sense of football. That's my hero. These are his children. Dede Ayew, and of course, he also has some other children like Rahman Ayew and Jordan Ayew. And all of them played football for the Black Stars. Some are still playing. But Dede Ayew seems to be targeted by the Black Stars right now. Now, Dede Ayew is in trouble. Why is he in trouble? Watch this. Sefakai, shocked by revelation that Dede Ayew's name was not on team sheet for Ghana-Angola game. Why is he shocked? Come here, let's look at it deeper. This is very sad. Host of Peace FM's Kokroko program, Kwame Sefakai, shuddered to accept a revelation by Ace Sports presenter Dan Kweku Yabua that Andre Dede's name was not on the official team sheet for Ghana's game against Angola at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium on March 23, 2023. Dan Kweku Yabua, who previously hailed Chris Houghton for showing courage with his call of Andre Ayew, said that he has had to revise his notes after carefully analyzing the situation. Kweku Yabua suspected that there could be something sinister going on within the team and GFA to overthrow Andre Ayew as captain of the team. The award-winning sports journalist revealed that despite warming up during the game, Andre Ayew's name was not on the team sheet sent to the Confederation of African Football. The award-winning sports journalist revealed that despite warming up, listen again, during the game, Andre Ayew's name was not on the team sheet sent to the Confederation of African Football. We all saw him in that game. He came out to warm up and people were clapping that he was going to come in and do some magic. But he warmed up, went and sat back and nothing happened. Now we are hearing that his name was not even in the team sheet. So there was no way he could have played. But how many players do they allow onto the field at a time? If your name is not on the sheet, would they allow you on? I think there's more to the Dede benching. How can someone whose name was not on the team sheet participate in the warm-up? He quizzed. This new piece of information shocked Kwame Sefakai, who questioned repeatedly if indeed that was the case. his name was not on the list. How did he warm up? How can he be on the bench when his name was not on the list? Sibaka asked. Same questions I'm asking. The exclusion of Dede Ayew from the game against Angola has generated controversies with allegations flying from every angle. Now, this is the part that interests me most. Come. Controversial sports presenter, my own colleague, countryman Songo, said that Dede Ayew was being victimized because of an opinion he shared prior to the FA appointment of Chris Hughton. Songo suggested on his Fire for Fire show that Ayew's view on Chris Hughton, which he expressed in confidence to the president of the Ghana Football Association, is a reason for the decision by the coach to bench him in the first half of the double header against Angola at the Baba Yara Stadium on March 23. You inquired from the player if he believes Kwesi Appiah was the right man for the job, and he offered that Kwesi Appiah is a local coach who, with the right support, will do a good job with the team. He said that Kwesi Appiah knows the terrain and knows how to navigate African football. The president also asked him, and he vouched for him, but said that he would only be successful if he's allowed to bring his own backroom staff. What's wrong with what he said? He told the truth about what could help any of the coaches. So what sin has he committed? He said. This is Dan Kwekwe, the man who is alleging that Chris Hughton, the new Ghana coach, did not even have Dede Ayew's name in the team sheet, the official one, for the Angola-Ghana double header. Yet, he made him to get up and warm up, knowing very well that he will not play in the game. Was it a mistake? Or did they do it intentionally? Did they also decide that, okay, because of this humiliation, let me stay aside? In fact, the Ghana Black Stars has always been rife with captainship issues, just like chieftaincy problems in Ghana. And I can't understand. Even in the days of Abedi Ayew Pele, the father of Dede Ayew, he had a problem with the man who became the local coach that Dede Ayew is talking about right now, Kwesi Appiah. Kwesi Appiah was the captain of the Black Stars. Kwesi Appiah was one day relieved of his captainship band, and he was told that because he was not bilingual, he couldn't speak French. And this happened in Senegal. Senegal 92. We were told. So what happened? You can't speak French. This game is happening in a French-speaking country. So relinquish the captainship band, so we'll give it to somebody who can speak both English and French. And it was Abedi Pele. And he took it. People expected that there would be some problem between the two of them. There might have been some problem, but Kwesi Appiah granted us an interview. Remember, we played it back here in the Black Pot, in which he said they have settled their differences a long time ago, and they even visit each other and eat together from the same plate. He and Abedi Pele. So that issue had been dealt with. Both players have retired. Today, it is the 10 of Dede Ayew. In fact, when Kwesi Appiah became the coach of the Black Stars, many were those who said he will victimize the sons of Abedi Pele because of the captain's band struggle that happened between the two of them in Senegal in 1992. But he looked beyond that. Very matured man. This is Kwesi Appiah. And he gave Abedi Pele's children full playing time. In fact, it was during his period of coaching that Dede Ayew rose to his highest level. He never looked back at what happened between him and the father of Dede Ayew. That's maturity. Today, is it true that Dede Ayew was asked if Coach Kwesi Appiah should come back and handle the Black Stars. And he actually said yes. Bring him. And pushed aside Chris Hilton. What was his reason? He's a local coach and he knows the terrain. He's been able to do something good in the past. Let us bring him on and give him the right support. He will do well. And Chris Hilton had it. Because some GFA insiders, some informants, told Chris Hilton, according to Songo, Dede Ayew, who's your captain, you know that he's not in support of you. This is what he told us when we asked him for his opinion. And he told the President of the Republic of Ghana the same thing. Please. And Chris Hilton is also behaving funny. Is it true? Could this be true? If it is true, then it's a shameful Black Stars coup against Dede Ayew. This guy has single-handedly done a lot for the Black Stars. Some people don't like him because they think he's been playing for so long. Some other people just hate him because he doesn't belong to their political party or their ethnicity or even their religion. In this country, we are so polarized along tribal lines, religious lines, and political lines. It's so terrible. He could be the best player. As long as he doesn't go to my church, I will never support him. He could be the most dangerous thief. As long as he comes from my tribe, he's the best. Take him. How can we grow with this kind of attitude? For Dede Ayew, listen, that is why God keeps blessing you from one international space to the other, and you keep rising. Haters would only try in vain. Hold on to your God and make sure that you train just as hard. Who can stop you? If you are the best, you will continue to be the best. Nobody can stop you. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, where we speak truth to power. And my name, Blakk Rasta. Next story. Now the next story says Ghana military shuns BAWKU. Ghana military shuns BAWKU. There's crisis in BAWKU. In fact, an immigration officer was shot dead. 2 more were shot, and they are in critical condition fighting for their lives. Why is there crisis in BAWKU? Mamprusis and Kusasis, who belong to the same ethnicity. They come from the same great-grandfather. Come here. Listen, it hurts me every time I have to talk about this. When you look at the history of the northern region, and you look at the great Nagbewa, who the Kusasis called Banwa, whose grave the Kusasis are those taken care of, who the Mamprusis also directly come from. In fact, when it comes to Dagbon was the kingdom that was started and founded by Nagbewa. That great kingdom had only brothers separating themselves and going to different places and uplifting different kingdoms. Growth, the Mamprusis, the elders, followed by the Dagombes, the Nanumbes, they are all from the same father. Now the Kusasis are also part of the Gbewa tradition. They are brothers. All we need to do is to tell history properly. And when history is told properly, I don't think we would ever think about fighting each other again. It's so shameful what is happening in BAWKU. They grew and expanded all the way to Burkina Faso. In fact, Burkina Faso, when you go to Burkina Faso, the Moses were founded by a daughter of Nagbewa. He himself called her Yamtore. But when she ran away all the way from her own husband because of romance, she was in need of romance. She went all the way to Burkina Faso. And over there, she and her son with Drago built and started and founded the Moshi Kingdom. Over there, she's known as Yanenga. That's why the Moshis will never ever fight the Dagombes, nor the Mampusis, nor the Nanumbes, because they are from the same line. But many people try to cut away the Kusasis. But when you read deep into history, you realize that the Kusasis are part of the Bewa line. I have taken my time, looked through the history, listened to elders, and you realize that there's no need for war. We are going to be telling this story in the African history class. If you have not subscribed to that channel yet, please do. African history class. African is spelled AFREEKAN, where we'll tell some of these histories with facts and figures. From that time, it's been chieftaincy. The Kusasis were never interested in chieftaincy. All they were interested in, they wanted to be called Tindamba, the owners of the land. And they were interested in the spirituality. They were like priests. Nagbewa was the one who introduced chieftaincy and kingship into the whole region. The Kusasis were not interested in that. So what happened? Now the Mampusis have been ruling the area until political confusion came in and knocked the heads of these two brothers from the days of Kwame Nkrumah and even beyond. And today, two very good brothers are fighting, shooting and killing each other. Where are the historians? Who is going to sit with the people and say that you are brothers? It's time to cry tears of regret and say that, no, we were not told the right history. This is time to come together. It is time to forget whatever happened between us, like it happened in Rwanda. But no, every now and then, curfew. The people are retarded in their growth. The time they were supposed to go and work is curfew time. Time they are supposed to rest, no, they can't rest. Guns are blazing. They have guns better than the guns of the Ghana police. And you send Ghana police there to go and bring peace. They are shooting and killing. Let me not talk too much. Sam George was the one who brought up the whole issue again fresh. My brother, my sister talked about this issue. After the immigration officers were shot. And look at the story. What does it say? Conflict. Our military can't step into BAWKU. And we say we have an army. This is Sam George talking. Let's find out why Sam George is saying this. Ningo Pram member of parliament Samuel Nate Georgia is asking why the military cannot step into BAWKU to deal with the conflict situation in that part of the country. Come here. He is also wondering why President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, who is the commander-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, has not ensuring that the military steps in to control the situation. Speaking on the big issue on TV3 Wednesday, April 5, on the situation in BAWKU, the opposition lawmaker said, if you talk to people on the ground in BAWKU, the caliber of weaponry on the grounds in BAWKU, it is a war. How are they getting the weapons? How are they getting the ammunition? Who is resourcing the conflict in BAWKU? These are the fundamental questions we must ask ourselves. How big is BAWKU? What is the population of BAWKU? Can't our intelligence wing, be it national security or NBI, NIB, and all the amorphous institutions we have who terrorize citizens for no reason, they are telling us that they can't identify using intelligence who the kingpins are behind this thing to pick them up. So now, our military cannot step into BAWKU. And we say we have an army, and our commander-in-chief doesn't see that there is a problem here. One officer of the Immigration Service, GIS, was shot dead by unknown assailants in conflict-prone BAWKU in the Upper East region. Dash it away. And come here. Hear me now. This BAWKU thing is dicey. And Sam George has made some very serious allegations. Very, very serious allegations. This is Sam George. He's a very young man. And he is the MP for Ningo Pram Pram. He unseated the lion of Ningo Pram Pram, E.T. Mensah. And he took over the seats of that area. He's a youth so many people like. I like him too. He's made some serious allegations. Who is financing and resourcing the BAWKU crisis? He's saying that the military cannot go in there. Why? He must have his reasons. Is it that the people there are more resourced than the Ghana military? Is it that the people who are fighting there are more experienced than the Ghana military? This is an MP. And he won't just throw around allegations like that. In fact, in another development, he said, and it's the same person I'm talking about, Sam George, that there was a time the military was supposed to provide some amount of security to a certain committee, and he couldn't do it. It failed flat. Why did it fail? Now the military has come back to respond to what Sam George has said. What is the military saying? BAWKU, Ghana Armed Forces dismisses Sam George's claim that it couldn't provide security to Defense Committee. Did you hear that? The Ghana Armed Forces has dismissed a claim by Ningo Pram Pram Member of Parliament Samuel Nete George that its officers could not provide protection for members of the Parliamentary Select Committee who were on their way to BAWKU to ascertain the conflict situation. Sam George had opined that the army was afraid to go to BAWKU to protect highly valued personalities. He said on the big issue on TV3 Wednesday, April 5, that the military was unable to give protection to the Parliamentary Select Committee on Defense and Interior, who decided to go to BAWKU to ascertain for themselves what the real situation on the ground was. The committee, he said, rescinded their trip halfway to BAWKU because they picked intelligence that it wasn't safe for them to get there. Our army is afraid of going into BAWKU to protect the Parliamentary Committee on Defense and Interior. Yet the military could go to a shaman to brutalize citizens. If you are strong, the boys in BAWKU are misbehaving. Go there and deal with those behind it, Sam George said. But responding to him in an interview with TV3's Martin Asiedu Date on the midday news on Wednesday, April 8th, Naval Captain Michael Adolabi, Director of Public Relations for the Ghana Armed Forces, said, it is not true that the military wasn't there to provide the necessary escort for protection for the committee. As you go to any conflict-prone area, the first thing you get is a security brief of the situation from the ground. That was given to the committee in Tamale. So the decision for the committee not to proceed to BAWKU was not because the military wasn't there to provide them with the necessary security. They were deployed. They were ready. I believe the BAWKU Municipal Security Council and the Upper East Regional Security Council had all given indications that they were prepared to receive the committee, but the trip was cancelled at the last minute. So it's not the situation that the military wasn't in the position to provide them with the necessary security escort to BAWKU. They were ready to do just that. So this man here is the PRO, Public Relations Officer, right, of the Ghana Armed Forces. Was this not the same man who said the military had done so well by going to Ashaiman to brutalize innocent people, because Ashaiman people were calling the military and thanking them for coming there to beat up criminals. Was it not the same guy? What kind of proper reasoning do you expect from a man like this? What kind of proper reasoning will come out of the mouth of a man like this who said the things he said about Ashaiman? Why are we living in a militarized country? Military will leave barracks and go and beat innocent people in Ashaiman. And when investigations came out with proper results, none of the people they beat there was a culprit, at least via the police intelligence. What kind of a nation are we living in? And this arrogant guy has never been able to apologize. We are soldiers, we are nyame. Should we be scared of you even if you are wrong? Then what kind of country are we building? What kind of a nation are we building? A militarized nation? Hey, look, our democracy has risen all the way to this point where we all can speak our mind and go home and drink tea and sleep, all because we have decided to behave like human beings. Now tell me, Piaro, you were giving the people escorts all the way to BAWKU. You got to Tamale and they had to come back. You have not told us why they came back. You only said they cancelled it. What was the reason? Where is the Minister of Defense? Because the army is under the Ministry of Defense and the police is under the Ministry of National Security. Tell me, why did they cancel that meeting? That they said it was not safe, but you were there to make it safe. Did you chicken out? So what Sam George is saying holds water. You failed in providing security for these people who were going to ascertain the dangers in the area. We are not saying soldiers go there and shoot and kill all BAWKU people. No. You have been trained. You can. If the people are violent, bring the violent ones down. Don't kill them. Bring them down. You know how to do it. I don't have to teach you. I don't even know it. That's not my training. Please, listen. If this country continues behaving like this, everybody will run out of this country and leave the goats and the sheep and the trees for you guys to rule. It's a disgrace. Like Sam George asked, BAWKU is just a small place. Why are you not able to control it? If you are strong, go to BAWKU and deal with the situation. Sam George tells military. You see, I will not go so much into this. I will not dare the military like this. But sometimes, out of the way the military reacts to some of our concerns, it's so sad that they will get some of these things coming at them. You went to Ashaiman, beat up innocent people. One person even died. All because one soldier was killed in the area. It's sad. We condemned it. But how sure were you that the soldier was killed in Ashaiman and not killed in another area and dumped in Ashaiman? How sure were you that it was somebody from Ashaiman who killed the person and not somebody who came from elsewhere, killed this person and ran out? It's possible. But you just went there because you saw the dead body there and started brutalizing people. And when the police came out with their intelligence, they arrested 6 people. 2 of them have already confessed to killing this person. Now all the 100 and something people that you beat up and arrested and locked them up and continue to beat, it's become useless. You beat them up for nothing. Instead of apologizing to the people. They say investigations are going on, yet PRO can come and say that, oh, yeah, the people are even thanking us for coming to beat innocent people. Why? Is that how a PRO should speak? Did you have the correct training? Which school did you go to? Which school did that PRO go to? Who taught him this kind of PR? Public relation. Oh, they are even thanking us for beating them. So we should come again. Go and kill them. Go, they are there. Kill all of them. When we return, we got more. Hey! Wayo! This is the Black Pot, aka Coup Show, and here we speak truth to power. Remember, we are live on Pan-African TV, also live on Loud Silence TV. We are super live on Black Empire TV. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's called Black Empire Media. Yes, our YouTube channel. And then you click on the notification button so you don't miss any of the stories we bring up. In fact, we seek to rewire the mindset of our people. That's all we do. Nothing more. We don't like to criticize. We only criticize on one condition: to build and not to destroy. We don't deal with personalities. We deal with issues. It's an issues-based discussion. Come here. Next thing I would like to look at is rolling on your screen, and via satellite we are seen all over the world. This is the Black Pot, aka Coup Show, where we speak truth to power. Lady terrorist of Upsa exposed. UPSA. There's a lady right there at UPSA. In fact, University of Professional Studies, Accra. Right here. That's her. Very beautiful lady. She's pretty, isn't she? African woman. Very nice. We are hearing things and seeing things. Watch this video and see what I see. Watch this. That's one person beating up two different people. Was the audio live? You heard the audio, right? You heard her talking. That people were spreading rumors about her on campus. That she was sleeping with some lecturers to get her grades. So she decided to chase up those people she suspected were talking about her. And that was how she brutalized them. This is the same lady in the gym. She is getting ready for action. She's building her muscles. That's it, to go and beat people. She picked up the cane on the university campus and beat up people. Dash this away. Now let's get into the nitty-gritties of the story. Watch the headline. What does it say? What's the result of UPSA lady who beats students leaks F9 in chains? That's the lady. There was the results of the students seen in the viral video beating up small girls in the university's hostel in Accra. Leaked. She identifies as Queen Star and graduated from Paysetters SHS in 2022, only last year, with grades that did not qualify her for admission to any of the universities. One of her female colleagues had heard that she slept with lecturers to get into university and keep her grades up. A rumor triggered her emotions, causing her to lash out at the girl in a viral video in which she was seen beating her up. Apart from the fact that Queen Star is a bodybuilder with a significant physical advantage over the other girls she bullies, it has been revealed that she was not a particularly bright student. Her WASSCE results show massive failures in almost all subjects, with a couple of exceptions. F9. According to reports, she received an F9 in mathematics, Christian religious studies, economics, and French. Her best grade was social studies, and that was C5. That's the person we're talking about. How did she get admission to the university? This is the same university notorious for sex for grades. This one and AU, African University of whatever. Remember, in the past, we heard about female students making the grades all because they give some bald-headed, pot-bellied lecturer doggy style. It's a shame. Some students who have graduated from that school by now are insulting me and making noise. But the truth is the truth. Females are those who are graduating with the best grades in some of these universities, tagged as sex for grades universities. And UPSA is one of those universities. In the past, it's been in the news. Some lecturer was even suspended, all because of this heinous degradation of morality. What a shame. But what is the university saying about this incident? They have released a press release. We are going to read it. This is the press release, and it's from UPSA. Press release: UPSA responds to viral video. The attention of the management of the University of Professional Studies, Accra, has been drawn to a video making the rounds on some social media platforms about an altercation at the hostel. An investigation committee has been set up by the university. Our preliminary investigation has revealed that the culprit is in a special non-tertiary program in preparation for an external professional examination. Upon completion of the investigation, all responsible persons will face the full rigor of sanctions. The university currently has more than 20,000 students who are committed to their studies and follow the university's code of conduct diligently. The behavior exhibited in this video goes against our code and does a disservice to the majority of UPSA students who uphold the values of respect and professionalism for which UPSA is known. The university's code of conduct, to which all our students subscribe, remains the document that drives student behavior and conduct at UPSA. Students who violate the code face disciplinary proceedings. UPSA is proud of its tradition of scholarship with professionalism, which has resulted in the university producing several distinguished alumni, currently making immense contributions to the development of Ghana. Management remains committed and focused on producing graduates capable of addressing the many global, regional, and national challenges all nations face today. Signed by Dr. Koyo Enimwright, Registrar. We appreciate you for your grammar prowess. But the truth remains that your university is one of those fingered for sex for grades. Deal with that. I've been to that university once, and I like the environment. We want to see it grow better. You have 20,000 students, so what? So what? There's a problem. There have been problems. It's one of the universities with the weakest moralities. It's one of the universities with the worst behaviors we have around. Deal with that. Don't come and tell me that, yes, you have 20,000 students and they are, the best students and blah, blah, blah. You are churning them out to help with national development and blah, 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 blah. That's your mandate. That's what you are supposed to do. When there's a problem, you should have just stopped short at saying that your university is the one that is producing how many students and they are doing blah, 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 blah. Is this the first time we are hearing about sex for grace in your university? Is this the first time? It became so public and so demeaning. What have you done to rebrand your university? I leave it here. Remember that we have this wonderful app. It's called Is It? And Is It simply means in spirit and in truth. And by its name, it encourages nothing but productivity and positivity. It's not like the other social media platforms where negativity is rife, nakedness, all sorts of foolishness, guns, suicide, and all that. No. Over here is decent. And the good news is that it's a Ghanaian app, African app, built in America. And this is what we are all encouraged to sign on to. Just download it from App Store or Google Play, and everything is everything. Well, when we return, we got more. Hey! Wayo!
Blackpot, Coup, show them.
This is the Black Pot, aka Coup Show, where we speak truth to power. And my name, Blakk RASTA. Next story. And we are going to be very brief with this one. It says what? Why Ghana is always broke. Is Ghana always broke? Watch this. It says, address causes of Ghana's high public debt to avoid recurring cycle of seeking IMF support. Government told. The Africa Center for Energy Policy, ACE, has indicated that the leading causes of Ghana's public debt have been identified in this paper as stemming from inefficiencies in governance, which have been revealed in weak procurement practices, poor contingency, planning, and excessive spending over revenues, inadequate state institutions, and insufficient loan monitoring mechanisms. Dash it away. So that's it. We have governments that are very inefficient. Why are they inefficient? They don't even have the common sense of patriotism. They don't love their nation. They are only there to fill their pockets and go away. They are only there to please their cronies and leave. There's more cronyism than governance. They come in, and their biggest source of money is to go out there and borrow. Anybody with that mindset is a terrorist. Any government, any leader whose only way of ruling the people is to go for loans, it's not smart. It's a terrorist. I'm waiting for that leader who will come and say, listen, we are going to get everything we need internally. And even if we need to go external, we will never go beyond the borders of Africa. Africa has everything, yet it doesn't look like there's anything. What's the problem with us? When Nkrumah was here with us, he taught about the Congo Valley, how to feed the whole of Africa and even export to the rest of the world. What happened to that dream? When Nkrumah was here with us, he built the Akosombo Dam, which gave us so much electricity we had to even export. What happened to that dream of giving energy to our people? When Nkrumah was here with us, he talked to us about loyalty, patriotism. What happened to these two very important phenomena? What happened? The average Ghanaian is either a nincompoop or a kleptomaniac. You want to hear it again? The average Ghanaian is either a nincompoop or a kleptomaniac, born to steal or born to be silly. We don't seem to know how to bring ones and ones together to make two. We don't seem to know the ideals of sacrifice. We want it now. How can you plant now and reap now? Or you must be a magician. But that's what we keep doing. Which government will ever come and say we are not borrowing? Even if we would borrow at all, we are borrowing from other African nations. Which government will come and say, listen, all our collaborative efforts are going to be within Africa? But they are only thinking about taxes, introducing new taxes, looking at how they can still go and borrow, looking at peanuts as aid coming into them. What kind of governments are this? You have embarrassed this nation beyond reproach. You have embarrassed this nation beyond the loftiest mountains. And I'm so ashamed of these leaders. Look what Sankara did in Burkina Faso. Desertified Burkina. When he came, what did he do? He told them point blank, we are not going to the IMF. Neither are we going to the World Bank. Everything is going to be internalized. All the people driving big cars, we are selling everything. Government officials will drive Renault cars. No air conditions in any government office. Open and get fresh air in a land where there's no sea. You are at the seaside. Your ministries are at the seaside. Yet you have 2 air conditioners in your offices and all that. He did that. And during his reign, agriculture was boom. They harvested so much food, they had to even export some. Sankara, he was a student of Nkrumah. Yet, we who claim we know it all, the gateway to Africa, the land of Pan-Africanism, we are the least Pan-Africanist. This is not far-fetched. You don't need any long thesis. Just be loyal, patriotic. That's all. When the mindset changes, you don't need all this big English. Dash it away. The last thing, and I'm gone. It has to do with this. It has something to do with what we just discussed. Ghana government still buying luxury cars. They are not employing people anymore. And this group known as the Traders Advocacy Group Ghana. The Traders Advocacy Group Ghana is saying that government is still buying V8s, not old V8s, 2023 V8. Fiscal discipline has been thrown away. The government is still spending. And yet, we are not looking at the revenue. We are spending far above our revenue. Dash this away. It's sad. What these guys are saying is nothing but the truth. Everybody wants to drive a V8. Like Sankara did, he made sure that every government official rode a small Renault car. All the offices, they removed the air conditioners so that they wouldn't need to pay for electricity. And those Renault cars, after work, they were parked. But we are here. When the president is moving from place A to place B, we have a fleet of V8 cars, sometimes 50, 60, 100, all following the president. And we claim that we are civilized. Where is the common sense? Common sense. Yet the people we go to beg, they are riding bicycles. Some of them are walking. And you see them fit. Yet we, at the age of 20, we are already graying. And our langa stops working. Because we rushed our lives. Well, my name is Blakk RASTA. And I want to say thank you so much. I do appreciate you. It's been the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Coup, where we speak truth to power. Remember to download the Is-It app and start chatting with friends. I am also there, live and colored. And we can chat, and do some video calls and all that. It is the app that represents you. The positive app that will take you out of poverty, out of negativity, and make you stand strong. Download it from the App Store and also from the Google Play. And that's it. You can do everything. Video, messaging, and even calls. It's free and it's Ghanaian made, African made. Are you joining me? It's been the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Coup, where we speak truth to power. We'll catch you again next week. Hey! Wayo!